This is Three Beards Media. Real talk, no filters, no scripts. From sports to culture, we say what others won't. Turn it up, lock in, because it all starts right now. Live from the AKC Andrew Downs Studios and powered by Revelton Distilling Company.
and I'm loud and I'm an idiot, and I will not allow the people that sit around me to sit on their hands, and if
And just sit and watch.
I don't understand people going to the game to just sit there.
And just like
Like,
people who are on their phone, and I was just on my phone during the podcast. People who are on that phone or on their phone at a game. What the fuck are you doing at the game?
I mean,
what
I
are you
might
doing
be
at the goddamn
I might
game?
be bitching about the refs on Facebook on my phone, but
But
yeah,
you're not,
right.
You're not doom
No, I'm
scrolling.
watching the game, the presence. But the point is, if you're there, I'm there to be the 12th man. Like, be the 12th man or stay home. Watch it on TV.
Yeah.
If you're not going to get loud, if you're not going to get excited, if you're going to be telling people to sit down when it's third down because you can't see, because you don't want to stand up, like, that's just asinine to me.
Yeah.
Like, don't come. And I'm respectful. Like, if there's a little kid behind me, I'm always been over, like, hitting the pad and shit. Like, I make sure that the people behind me can see.
Yeah.
But majority of games that are good games, everybody's standing up the whole time anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's been times, like, I had a lady one time. Because the thing is, me and the people that sit to my right, the Ford family, we've been there since the north end zone got completed. Okay. Like, since the very first season you could sit there, we've been there.
Yeah.
We go to every game. And these other seats that sprinkle in around us, they're different people all the time.
Yeah.
So you're not going to fucking show up and tell me how to act. You're one game in 5 years. Like, no.
Yeah, like, no.
So yeah, I just, I've had
in my world, and you will act accordingly.
Yeah, like, sit
down.
Like, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna, like, so yeah, I turn around. I will yell at everybody that they suck when they're not being loud. Like, I try to bend people to my will.
Try to hype people up.
I don't even want. Here's the thing: when the opposing team's offense is backed up into the north end zone, I don't want them to hear in the huddle.
Yes.
Like, that's one thing I can't stand about fans is they wait until they go to line up to start getting loud. Like, no, I want them looking to the sideline, not being able to hear shit when they're in the huddle. Like, I want the guy that's right here can't hear the quarterback. That's what I want. You don't even let up. You do not let them breathe.
You want absolute wall of sound at that team until the play's over and they got incompletion or whatever.
Yeah.
Or even then, you want it loud, 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 loud. The only time there should be a lull is if they get a first down.
Yeah.
And only for a second.
And then you're just like, ah.
Yeah, you do your and then right. You got to get up there.
Yeah.
God damn it. Come on, folks.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so the north end zone especially. Don't sit there.
Yeah. If you're there to have a tea party and watch
not in the north end zone, man.
Okay, so
and I love how legendary that is now. Like, one of the they do the cinematic highlights every week, right? Last year, I think it was the Penn State game. Yeah. I was in the highlight. Like, they quoted me in the highlight. And because right before, you can hear Pat Anger says, like, we're going to get them backed up into that north end zone or whatever. And then we make a play and there's cameras on me. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, it was awesome.
Lots of pictures around this bar of Bill at the north end zone.
It's true. The photographers at Kinnick Stadium are well-versed. They know that they will get raw emotion on my face. Yeah. If they get a picture.
Keep it on Bill, because whatever happens, he's probably going to give us a good shot of a fan that we can run in the paper.
Keith Murphy pulls that shit too.
There's me being a douche.
You can look at Channel 13 highlights and shit like that.
Gosh, just with my notifications up. Well, I guess maybe that was my phone being like, Bill's done talking. You go.
Yeah.
I'm Tyler Allen. I used to be a producer on KXNO, which is dead. I almost wore my KXNO shirt, almost.
Why would you ever?
I know. I'm also the Amazing T-Bird. I do open mics here in town. I don't have a band yet, but honestly, all I need is a drummer. I have like 6 albums. online right now under the Amazing T-Bird. You should go check it out because it's the best rock and roll in the fucking universe.
He's like Keller Williams.
Yeah, like a lot of fans, but like not mainstream very much. You know, like I can like do a tour and make some money, but like I'm not going to sell many albums, which is fine because you know what? That's where the rock stars make their money.
That's right.
Is on the
touring.
Tour. Yes, you don't make it from album sales. So yeah, go check out the Amazing T-Bird. But also, my Hawkeye story. I moved to Iowa when I was 7 from North Dakota, and my mom told me about it, and she's like, "You're moving to Cedar Rapids, Iowa," and all the kids at school were like, "Where are you moving to?" And I was like, "Rapids Cedar, Idaho." Like, I didn't even know, right? I did it, and I moved there, and my dad was not much of a sports guy at all. So I really learned a lot of my sports from kids at school, kids in the neighborhood. But the one thing he did was take me to an Iowa football game when we first moved to Coralville. And that was one of the coolest things ever. The Iowa Hawkeyes were my first team.
Gotcha.
I think second is the Vikings and third is, at the time, my third professional team was probably the Cubs. I'm not a Cubs fan anymore, but that was how that kind of rolled or whatever. The Hawkeyes, to me, that's what makes Iowa. I know if you're Iowa State watching, whatever.
They're not. Iowa State fans aren't watching this show, dude.
Iowa makes Iowa. And we have for a long, long time. Hayden Fry is a national icon. Kirk Ferentz now is a national icon. The A&F sticker. There's so much that the Iowa athletics department does for the state of Iowa, and you can't discount any of it. I've met Beth Getz, who is our current AD, while I was a producer at KXNO, and she is solid, just sharp. JB Pollard was not that cool. Just to tell you, I've met both. Yeah, Beth Getz is awesome. Kirk Ferentz is awesome. I love Ben McCollum. I have his phone number. I texted him during the NCAAs, and he didn't text me back, but that's okay. He's probably busy.
A little bit.
That's kind of cool to just be like, Coach Ben McCollum in my phone. That's fucking awesome.
Well, like the fact that, you know, I have a similar, I mean, not similar. I lived here my whole life, but my grandparents were season ticket holders. And as a kid, they started taking me to games around the age of 7 or 8. Yeah. And they sat in the front row on the 10-yard line. Yeah. And as a little kid, that was just the coolest. I'm 47 years old, about to be 48. And I still look at these players through the eyes of that 8-year-old kid. Yeah. It's probably pathetic in a lot of ways, but I can't. It's just there. It's in there. And I still, it's like, hi, you're 19 and you're my hero. Like, it's the fucking stupidest shit. But at the same time,
should be, though?
I've grown up bleeding black and gold. Yeah. Like I said, they would pick me up at 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. My grandma would have some chocolate milk and some donut holes. And I just sit in the back of their Cadillac and roll to Iowa City, and we would tailgate, and it was just the most unbelievable thing. And then when I got old enough to buy my own tickets, I did. I've had season tickets since 2000. Yep. So since I was 21 years old, basically, my career wouldn't allow me to go to every game for a long time, but I kept my tickets.
Yeah, for sure.
And so then come, 2018 or whatever year that was, that the North End Zone got completed, that was the year I just decided I'm going to start going again. Yeah, and
why not?
I was at a place where I could, and now I haven't missed a game in about 5. I missed one game for my sister's wedding, and that was it.
And you were like, I can't.
I was pissed. It was a Michigan game.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Bill's going to take me to my first game at Kinnick this season for the first time since last century. No kidding. That's on me. I've actually been to Carver since the last time I was at Kinnick. I brought my buddy had some issues. He was having some personal stuff going on with his family, and his mom was sick, and I had tickets to the Iowa basketball game. And I took him, and I had gotten this flask, and it was a binoculars.
Sure, yeah.
You could have one in each side. And you don't really need that at a basketball game.
No.
So that was kind of stupid, but we drank it anyway, and I got to help him take his mind off of some stuff for one night. So
and you were hungover the next day, and he was even more sad. No, but
when you go tired,
there was a guy. That's what's funny. I've got part of my thing in my section, and the reason I sit there is because that's where they wave. That's where the W is when they do the IOWA after touchdowns.
Yep.
So that my grandparents, when I sat there with them growing up, it was always W.
Yeah.
And there was a guy that sat right behind him. I to this day couldn't tell you the guy's name, but he had those binoculars back when you couldn't drink in the stadium. He had those binoculars, and he would sit there and drink out of his binoculars all game.
Yeah.
And he would just at that time, the cheerleaders were always right there.
Okay.
We were basically behind the visiting bench, but our cheerleaders would be there for a portion of the game.
Yeah.
And they'd be doing cheers, and this guy would just yell W for everything. And it was the most hilarious shit. Like, we'd get a first down and he'd go W, and he just yelled W for everything. And so I've got my whole section. We yell W like a motherfucker. Like, yeah. And to this day, my grandmother, I still have her, thank God. She's my last grandparent. She texts me W after every victory. I text her big W, like W, across the screen. And we do it for the Indiana Fever too, for Caitlin Clark. Like, any Hawkeye victory, that I get a W from Granny.
That's hilarious. I played high school football. I should say I was on the team. And most of the time I knew I wasn't going to play. So I pretty much turned around and just watched the cheerleaders. So I know a lot of cheers.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Let's see if it works for me.
I knew all the cheers too, sitting on the bench during basketball back in the day.
I wanted, because you're out there mainly because your friends are out, and this was before West High got good. But there's my other connection. Reese Morgan was my high school head coach, also the defensive line coach for 6-7 years under Ferentz.
Yeah, you think you can? We should be able to get him on, dude.
I should reach out to him because I'll bet you he would come on.
Because that's the goal here.
Yeah.
Is we're gonna and one of my major there's been different times where people talk to me about doing a Hawkeye show, and I don't feel like I have an expert enough opinion. I don't feel like I know. I've never felt super comfortable with it, but to this point, it's like, this can turn into a dream come true. Like, we are in 2 weeks going to be at a signing with Desmond King and Brad Banks, and we'll have them on and interview them. And like, 10-year-old me cannot believe this is happening. Right. Yep. So, yeah, it's weird. I mean, I one time I did sound off with Ross back in the day. After an Ohio State road game, he needed, Travis was busy. I don't remember, but I sat in for sound off, and I couldn't believe, like, it just took me back to being a little kid in the back of my grandparents' car listening to Jim Zabel on the way home on sound off. And I couldn't believe that was me at that mic taking those calls and having opinions, and just, I don't know, man. It's unreal. I don't expect anyone to give a shit what I think, but I'm gonna tell you, this is where we're at.
That's the thing, is we're gonna have a few experts from time to time on, and more during the season. But we do have Elliot Clough coming up next weekend, which will be awesome. We're gonna talk to him a little bit about things going on with the quarterback situation. Obviously, as fans, we know that is one of the big storylines of the Iowa Hawkeye football team this season. But mainly a lot of it is going to be, what are you going to expect from the show? You're going to expect a lot of entertaining stories. You're going to expect a lot of emotion about the Hawkeyes. We are going to touch on technical stuff, but mainly we're here to have
it's a fan show.
It's the Hawkeyes. Yeah, we're not. You're not going to tune in to be like, let's see how many times.
What's going on in the locker room? What's our NIL budget for? Yeah, we're not going to know any of that. You're going to hear me constantly bitching about the referees. That's something people need to understand out of the gate. I will complain about the referees 100% of the time. I will blame them for every single thing that goes wrong. I will find a reason for every loss to be the referee's fault, and that's just the way it is.
It happens.
I used to be very critical.
Yeah.
And as I grew up, I realized the Hawkeyes are my sacred cow.
Mm-hmm.
I remember asking a Hindu one time why cows were sacred.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that because they give us everything. Cow's milk makes a million different things.
Oh yeah.
So
Cheese,
we should
butter, milk,
we should be worshiping that
sour cream,
that animal, not killing it. And that's why they treat cows like gods, because it's
yogurt.
like, and that makes sense, right? And so that's what it's like for me with the Hawks. It's like, I just realized one day after a tough loss, I was like, well, there's no way the players don't feel worse than me.
Right.
Like, I can't believe at some point in my life, I actually thought that I felt worse than the players after they got beat in a football game. You know what I mean? The guys that worked all week, game planned, got in 30 car wrecks for an hour, and I think I care more about it than they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then I realized, why would I criticize, or why would I hammer on these kids that have provided me with 90% of my greatest memories?
Yeah.
Like, some of the most joy I've experienced in my life is involved with Hawkeye sports.
Yeah.
And that's because of the family connections and how deep that goes.
Yeah.
You know, and now my son's a huge Hawkeye fan, and that's something we'll always have. It's something I will always have with my dad. We'll always be able to talk about what's going on with the Hawks, you know.
That's me and my dad too, and I've seen him and talked to him maybe like 4 or 5 times in the last 15 years. But we do talk Hawkeyes, like how's Hawkeyes going and stuff.
It's just always going to be a common ground. It's somewhere that you can, it's like being a pothead. It's a great icebreaker,
You can smell each other.
Yeah, you're just like, hey,
do you smoke pot?
He's cool. This guy's cool.
Okay, so one thing we are going to have every week is we're going to have, and during the season it'll be a lot more topical as far as the game, because we're going to do this Sunday morning. So the day after the Hawkeye football game. Basketball, we'll do it a little differently, but obviously every Sunday morning. And what do you do on Sunday mornings? When I was still drinking, you have a Bloody Mary, or if you're feeling pretty good, maybe a mimosa. So we're going to have our Bloody Mary, and wait till next week because I'll have sounders. It'll be really awesome. It's going to be so
I wonder
metal.
what that's going to sound
It's
like.
gonna hurt.
How do you make the sound effect of tomato juice pouring over celery? What's that sound like? Over the airwaves. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna make like just a hard metal, like Bloody Mary. Because to me, if you know who Bloody Mary
like
is,
playing in the mirror, that thing.
Yeah. If you know who Bloody Mary is, like to me, I don't think tomato juice drink. I think, oh my God, I'm gonna get my head lopped off by like some crazy.
The lady that comes out of the mirror
with an axe. Yeah. So that's why I was thinking. Of course, it's the Bloody Mary, but our Bloody Mary this week is that the college football 28 is about to come out, and the Hawkeyes in the latest college football game have kind of head-scratching ratings, and here's why. Their defense is 78, and their offense is 81. Now, to me, you should have the defense 81 because it's Phil fucking Parker, man. In Phil Parker, we trust.
And we don't have if Gronowski was coming back, I could understand.
Sure.
I'm not even so much
I don't even play
the numbers game. Don't necessarily bother me as much as just like you said, offense being ranked higher than defense. Like, why?
Yeah, Heklinski Brown, we don't know what's going on with that. We're going to talk to Elliot about that next week, but it just seems like they kind of got it backwards. But here's the other weird thing is that the overall for the Hawkeyes is an 80, which it's fair, I think.
Yeah,
we do have.
I can win the Natty with a team that's an 80.
Hell yes, and here's
especially when I turn the game off if I'm losing late in the fourth quarter, and just play that game again later.
And here's the best part is that I don't know about you, but I'm the kind of Hawkeye fan. You talked a little bit about this in your intro that I know Ferentz is going to get us 8 to 10 victories a year.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. How we get there, when we get there, is up for debate. I was lucky enough to be in the state when we went 15-0.
Mm-hmm. That poster's right behind you.
So good.
You can see it
good.
right behind that TV
we were
there.
talking about Marshall Kane, I think was his name, who kicked the 57-yard field goal. I looked that
against
up.
Pitt. It was Marshall Kane, yeah. Okay.
And we were sitting there. I was sitting in my car because I was on my way back from I can't remember. I was on my way back from somewhere, and I was sitting in my car listening to it, and they iced him, and I'm like, fuck. But then he missed it, and I'm like, okay, this is it. We're gonna. And I said to myself, I said, this is gonna be a really special season if he makes this kick. I didn't say anything like we're gonna go undefeated.
Yeah, well, it's not like Pitt was some kind of
he should have beat them. It shouldn't have been a last second field goal, if you will. And so that was just sitting in the car and just like, and my mom came out like, what are you doing in your car? Like screaming. Like, you want to fucking chip.
Pitt had some decent expectations that season. Like they were coming into that game, I don't think they ended up being great after that, but
no, they were
coming into that game. They were supposed to be. It was kind of a It was kind of a little bit of a litmus test for us that game.
Yeah, and to be honest, like getting to that point, I really truly do believe the reason why we went undefeated that year is because of that point where the other team is all like, I'm gonna ice him. Oh, I missed it. Oh wait, he can go again. Oh shit. Like that to me, the other team, our team being able to see the other team fuck that up.
Yeah.
And not maybe, and be like, okay, we kind of escaped that one with our teeth. And almost because they fucked
the thing is, when the game's tied,
we're not going to let that happen again, a little bit.
When you're kicking a field goal, when the game's tied, it's a lot different than kicking it when it's, you're down 1 or down 2. Right. You know what I mean? Like
this is
when it's tied, it's like, well, we're just going into overtime if I miss. It's not like I'm losing the game here. You know what I mean? I feel like that's got to be a little bit less pressure. And now 57 yards, it's funny to think in just a few years, that was 2015. A 57-yard field goal was a long ass field goal. Like we're thinking now guys are making them 60, 62, like it ain't shit.
Cam Little, I think, did a 70-yard one in a preseason game, which doesn't count yet.
Like anything around 50 yards is almost automatic anymore for these guys. It's pretty amazing.
You should really have a kicker who doesn't mind going out. And hey, you know what? Give me the ball. Give me the ball. I'll take care of this one, coach. That's the kind of kicker that you want. But yeah, so get it right, EA Sports. I'm just saying, you kind of screwed that up.
Maybe it's because Reese Dakin left and we don't know what we have at punter this year.
Maybe. Just get it. We need to get another dude from Australia. Those guys.
I met his family one game before. No.
Oh.
I was talking to like his uncle.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things was like, man, you're the guy after Tory Taylor. That's not fun.
Because he was such a character.
Well, and just being that guy's probably the best punter in the history of our program.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
hands down.
People will talk about Reggie Roby, but that's two punters that are, top of the line. You know what I mean?
You talk about punters, so right away, the fact that we're talking about punters. So we got our, and then we have our mimosa, which is our good thing that happened this week. And this week we got to read about the Live Like Lou, the Hawkeye baseball team, next March 5th through the 7th, 2027 is going to participate in the Live Like Lou baseball tournament in Las Vegas. Arizona State, LSU, and Oregon are also competing. I know you're sitting there going like, well, what about the Banks Field t-shirt they have on? I'm not a huge Iowa baseball fan, but the Live Like Lou baseball classic is named after Yankees legend Lou Gehrig, and it's early season tournaments operated by Peak Events. Nonprofit is created to support ALS families and fund medical research. So this is a really cool thing. Oregon and Arizona State had decent years this past year. LSU went 9-something, and we finished 33-23. I don't think we made the college baseball world series, but we did make the Big Ten tournament.
Well, we don't. We
generally
we get into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
You know, occasionally we haven't gotten into the World Series. I would love to see that. I always watch them in the Big Ten tournament.
Oh, yeah.
I've gone to a couple of baseball games. I've driven to Iowa City and gone, and it's a good time. I mean, it's not overly expensive. It's a good day at the ballpark. You get a doubleheader usually, you know,
Nice ballpark,
and yeah, it's nice, and it was pretty high quality baseball to watch, you know. So yeah, I mean, I'm just a Hawkeye fan. I mean, if I'm going to cheer for the gymnastics team if I'm paying attention at any given time, you know, and I may not see something, but they'll tell me, hey, so and so broke some record at the Big Ten track meet, and I'm like, fuck yeah, he's a Hawkeye. Fuck yeah.
Swimming team. All right, sweet.
Yeah, like I don't give a shit. If you got a Tiger Hawk, I love you.
Yes.
I don't
If
care.
you play for the black and gold and you wear those colors
Yeah.
and you wear them with pride.
I'm like that with my high school, North High. If you're a North High kid, I love you automatically. I don't give a shit.
The high
You've
school
got to convince me not to like you.
You gotta do like commit a crime.
For real.
I did the high school football show on KXNO every Friday night, and I told them every year, I'm like, if there is a Central Iowa team playing at West High, I want to go do that fucking game. I never got to because I didn't get to play on our own field. We always had to play at fucking City High. You hear me, Timmy Dwight? That's gonna be a fun. Long-standing thing about me and Tim Dwight and how much I care about it and how he's like,
and how you are not even a blip on his fucking radar. And me neither. I have a douchey Tim Dwight story.
Well,
not him, me. I was the douche.
I think we should see if we can get him on. Just to,
I feel like he wouldn't do it. Tim Dwight does not like shit like this.
No, he doesn't.
He's not like he's not.
As much as you may like him.
Yeah,
I feel like he is way too serious about stuff.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Not very into joking about himself.
Well, probably. I don't know. I think he's probably fun.
We're fun. We should be friends. We started losing our hair at the same time.
Well, like there was two things. Ross Peterson one time ran him out. We were doing the Blankenbush show way back in the day. We did it live at High Life Lounge.
Nice.
And we're sitting there, we're getting ready to start our show, and the Yankees were playing in the playoffs, and Monday Night Football was on, and Tim Dwight and another guy are sitting there looking at this TV for Monday Night Football, and it's quiet. Nobody's in the bar. Nobody's really paying attention. Ross goes over and asks if he can flip the TV they're watching to the Yankee game, if they minded or whatever, and they're like, oh no, and they just went over to El Bait Shop to watch football. Ross didn't realize it was Tim Dwight. And so he goes, and I look at Ross and I go, dude, I think you just fucking kicked Tim Dwight out of the bar. Like, the only way you can redeem yourself right now is to go over there and convince him to come on our show. And so Ross went over and was like, holy fuck, dude, I'm sorry, and tried to get him to come on, and he wouldn't do it. I feel so like he's just not. I don't think he's into it. He's not into that. It's nothing bad about him.
No,
it's
not
just
at all. And in fact, like, I have my own issues for not liking Tim Dwight. And the thing about
not liking what I don't not like him.
The thing about I've always
I love Tim Dwight. He's like one of my all-time favorite Hawkeyes.
Like my nemesis,
yeah, because you were playing against him like in high school. Yeah.
Feud. But the thing, Andy Kaufman were, a lot of people know who Tim Dwight is. Nobody knows who I am.
Yeah.
So obviously he's not going to have fun with that.
Yeah, that's only going to benefit you.
Know the joke. I've already told it to you.
That feud would only benefit you. That's what I noticed. You try to start like some kind of fake rap beef, to get some clicks.
See,
but people have to actually engage in it.
So again, I played for West High, and I graduated in 1994, and so did Tim Dwight. So we played against each other in. It's kind of actually not correct to say we played against each other.
He played against your team.
I already said I was watching I was on the punt return team. That was a lot of fun. This one guy like put my head in the dirt and just rolled it around for a while because he was like
a
7
bully.
inches higher than taller than I was. Yeah, it was football was fun. But yeah, Tim Dwight, call us, man.
It's funny. I meet guys like, and I find out they played football, and I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, I was a defensive lineman. I know. You're like, why?
You're not even my
I
size.
know. See, here's the thing. So I didn't have a lot of speed, but when I was in high school, I lifted weights like all three from sophomore all the way to senior year, all year round. I didn't just do it during season. So I was actually a lot thicker, and I had like not a lot of body fat. So I was
Strong.
harder to move than other people. So I was a DB.
Low center of gravity.
Yes, that's the thing too, because I was.
You could get lower.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a defensive back my first 2 years because I thought, well, they'll never put me in, but I wasn't fast enough. I should have been a linebacker. That would have been probably the best for me.
It could have been a
I
contender.
could have been a contender.
I didn't even play football past Little League. I played Little All-American football 2 seasons. I was little. Well, I was such a late bloomer. First of all, I was a little tiny kid, so I was playing in the first division. In 5th grade, right? Next year, I broke my jaw or whatever. The following year, I played again, but I was in 8th grade now, playing in the first division. That's how small I was. So I played center. I was like a huge guy. I'm playing against 5th and 6th graders. So I was great. I had all the confidence in the world that year. And I played center and it was fine, whatever. But I knew football I wasn't going to play in high school.
I did it mainly just because
by my senior year, maybe I could have, but
I had some I wasn't like socially very popular, kind of picked on a little bit. And this one guy I knew was like, you should go out for football. So I did. And by my junior year, like I had the whole football team had my back.
Yeah, that's what happens.
And in 93,
you were Rudy.
In 93, when Rudy came out the summer before my senior year, like literally we saw the program and we all had our jerseys on, and we're at Sycamore Mall in Iowa City, and the City High team was there with their jerseys on too. And I swear to God, we came this close to a fight in the parking lot because we were all so hyped up. It was the program. That movie, I'll run through a brick.
How many guys painted their face like Vladimir before the games? Yeah, we had a couple guys that would do that, and then we get beat by 50. But man, he looked like a badass for 10 minutes. Until he sweat all the paint off his face and was just laying on the ground.
And then they started saying you are not going to be able to do that anymore, high school kids and whatnot. But yeah, so there's our Bloody Mary and mimosa, and of course you got some free stories because that's what we're all about. A couple quick hits while we got your eyes on us. The Athlon preseason All-American selections came out, and we have 3 guys on the first 4 teams. Got offensive lineman Cade Pieper and Trevor Locke, first team and second team, respectively. And then defensive back Zach Lutmer. Kamari Moulton is on the 4th team preseason All Big Ten team. So that's a good one. I like that one. And DJ Vanami is,
I believe it's Vanami.
Vanami is on the 2nd team. So
he's going to be that kid is an absolute fucking stud, dude. The way he ended last season, probably the last 3-4 games, maybe in the bowl game, he was a fucking animal, dude. I cannot wait.
19 of his team high 29 receptions over the team's final 5 games, and he finished 2025 with team best in receptions, receiving yards 434, and receiving touchdowns for 3. And if you remember, it was Mark Gronowski, so 434 yards being the leading receiver was like, wow, that's a lot of yards. So didn't pass.
Yeah, I mean, we did win a couple of games where we were well under 100 yards passing.
I didn't care.
I didn't either. But see, that's what I'm saying, and that was always my point.
Iowa State fan
when we were,
don't you not like? And I'm like,
I like winning.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. I'm not one of those fans. When we went to the Big Ten championship game with fucking Deacon Hill, I didn't give a fuck. We won 10 games. You would really rather be 8-4 than 10-2?
Yeah.
I don't care what it looks like. I don't understand that.
No. I want everything.
Go ahead, make fun of our offense. Guess how bad you suck because we beat you.
Boom. And you know what?
Dumb fuck.
We talked about this a couple nights ago. You won the Cyhawk game. How did that work out for you?
Yeah. I mean, that's always been kind of a consistent thing. It seems like even if they do win the game, we usually have a better season.
Yeah.
Although they had that Brock Purdy's junior, senior year, or whatever, when they won a lot of games that year. But
can I just say my favorite Matt Campbell moment is the loss after the loss at Ohio.
When that kid was, "You're on the hot seat." Matt Campbell.
Fuck you, Matt Campbell. Not the coach.
Yeah,
I know another Matt Campbell, not that one.
I respected that guy. I thought he was a good coach.
But
although there was a moment when we were at I think it was one of the game day games.
Yeah.
And Iowa State pulled some kind of trick play or something and scored.
Yeah.
And I remember them showing Matt Campbell on the sideline, looking across at our sideline, and you could tell he was saying, "You think you're so fucking smart." And he's like laughing, like, "Yeah, you think you're so fucking smart." And then we win the game. Like, "Yeah, you think you're so fucking smart."
I just felt like somebody, I don't know why, but like I feel like Kirk Ferentz is the same guy in person. It seems like he puts on a mask. I feel like Matt fucking Campbell does put on a mask.
Yeah, like he's just full of shit.
Like behind the scenes, he's a total asshole. I just feel like
could be. I mean,
I don't know.
Pollard didn't seem to hesitate parting ways with him too fast. You know,
in Ames that are like, they seem like really good and smart people, but they're really just dicks. And you're the guy who hates Iowa State.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I'm convinced that all those girls basketball players left because Bill Finley's a drunk. I'm fucking convinced. I am convinced that dude's got the biggest bulbous whiskey nose you've ever seen. I guarantee you, he was showing up at practice, hungover, pissed off. Fucking girls are smelling like booze.
So speaking of basketball, that's a great segue, Bill. Because good on you. Because basketball is going on. Summer leagues in the NBA. And let's talk about some Hawkeyes that are playing. Bennett Sturts and Josh Dix, both playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder this year.
Who also waived Peyton Sanford at the same time.
Yeah, they did. And Peyton Sanford is playing somewhere in the summer leagues, but we don't care. Because he's not. Didn't he play for Nebraska last year?
No, that was Price.
I'm so sorry.
It was his brother.
Peyton Sanford, I believe, is playing for.
He just got waived by OKC. He played for them this year.
Yeah, he's in another camp.
But it's weird to me that they signed Josh Dix and waive him.
I know. Why would you?
Isn't Josh Dix the kid that he just played at like Loyola Marymount or some shit last year or something? Yeah. And I remember he'd come in and shoot from half court.
Yeah.
And it was like it wasn't the best looking shot in the world, but it would go down a lot.
Yeah.
But he always came in at the end of the game and hit a couple threes or something, and people cheered. I did not expect in a million years he'd be in an NBA camp.
No.
That's crazy to me.
Would get, that somebody would get passed over for him either.
Right. Like another Hawkeye that was playing over him. That's crazy.
Brendan Housen is in Memphis with the Grizzlies.
That's another one that was a little bit of
like,
a.
what's going on?
Well, he had that one. The reason he ended up with us was that year he had at Kansas State, right? Like he had like a kind of a good, maybe a few breakout games or something at Kansas State. And
I think so. Went
into the portal and we got him, and he ended up really not playing much for us. But he was one of those guys that he didn't. You wanted him to come in and hit a bunch of threes or something, and it didn't really happen.
Yeah.
And so I don't think he played much.
So, yeah, I mean,
probably couldn't.
He had his moments. I know he had his moments because when we were covering the Hawkeyes on KXNO and stuff, we would talk about Housen from time to time. And I'm just pausing this because I have a.
Yeah, you got speakers. Your mic's picking up
I got something for later on. So, staying with basketball, Jaden Kuhn, Iowa's Mr. Basketball in 2026. He decommitted from Creighton to join Ben McCollum in Iowa City, which is pretty cool. He's got size at 6'6", and there's a lot of thought that he's going to take over Alvaro Folgaris' role last season. A lot of people were wondering why we didn't bring Folgaris back. Look,
we lost him. We didn't. It's not like we didn't want to. The guy got millions of dollars to go somewhere else.
That's the thing is we were not going to pay him that money. And
Well,
that's good for
it
him
was
that he got that
it's
money.
it's
But we needed more ROI from that before we were going to give him. I think $4 million is what he got.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the NIL numbers, I don't feel like any of them are accurate or correct ever.
No.
I think they're all
I
speculated.
can't believe you get a check for like $4 million.
Yeah, I mean that's I don't know.
It's-
I mean maybe,
I don't know.
but and then they can just leave and keep it.
I don't know.
I mean I don't know. There's stuff. It's beyond me,
I
and
don't really know.
I don't. That's a good segue, I guess, to talk about the rule changes, like the four to play 5 or 5 to play 4. I feel like they concentrated on the wrong things a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm okay with a couple medical red shirts. I'm okay with,
Yeah.
They should have been concentrating more on the portal and the NIL and putting some restrictions there.
And the big thing is that the reason why NIL is the way it is because universities don't want to pay them like employees. Because
Right.
then you have to use, you have to have benefits.
Then they're W-2'd.
Exactly. That's the big issue right now. More than anything is why NIL is still a thing is because so many colleges are pushing back on making them employees, despite the fact that they
because they're basically outsourcing it.
Yeah, they're contract.
They're basically saying, no, these guys take care of it. We're hands off.
Yeah.
And I mean, I suppose that would be my strategy too.
Yeah, I mean,
but again,
until it changes, that's what we're stuck with.
That's what if the government's going to step in, you have to stop making NIL the Wild West.
Yeah.
And you have to change.
Some sort of cap,
I mean, I guess they did change the portal some, like the amount of transfers or something.
Yeah, there's.
But the other thing is, doesn't this make? Because they changed that rule where JUCO didn't count.
Yes.
So that makes that rule change obsolete, right? Now that you're doing the 5 to play 4 thing.
Yeah. The rules are.
You can play 1 year, I guess, of JUCO.
I'm just glad Brendan Sorsby isn't going to be allowed to play college football, to be honest.
Yeah, that was gross.
All the, and then Ethan Harris, last one from Washington, 6'9". Hawkeyes need his size this season, and he's got it, and he could be in line for Tavion Banks' role. So,
what is it about this kid from Storm Lake? What is it about him that people that we're saying like he's gonna step into Fulgeris's role? I mean, Fulgeris was 6'9".
Fulgeris, I think they're more looking at what kind of skills he brought. But he doesn't have the size of Fulgeris, but he does have a lot of the same skill sets, and his athleticism is unmatched. He's really fast. And
I watched him play in the state tournament. Yeah. My buddy's kid plays for Adele, so I watched Adele beat him actually. My buddy's kid hit a couple of big ass threes in that game. It was pretty awesome. I was cheering like it was a Hawkeye game.
Nice. That's good stuff because I mean,
but yeah, this kid he fouled out in that game, so he didn't play in the overtime.
Yeah.
But I found, I watched the state tournament, a few games in state tournament. I couldn't believe the amount of just the coaches just having their best player just put their head down and go to the hole. Like there was no offenses being ran hardly at all. I was like, what has happened to basketball? It's just this drive and kick. Everything's drive and kick. And the amount of turnovers, the amount of missed shots because they're just going in and forcing shit. Like, man, run something. What are you guys doing? If they just had one coach that could get a group of kids to buy in that would actually run some fucking plays for their best player, get some picks set and get open shots and shit. Jesus, they'd murder everybody. I couldn't believe it. Every team, it was the same, just this drive and kick.
Bring back Norman Dale from the Hoosiers. You have to pass.
We're gonna run the picket fence on them.
3.
I'd rather have drunk Dennis Hopper for my coach.
I'm gonna attempt to. Okay, here we go. Cool. All right. Yes.
Don't get caught watching.
I'm gonna share. It is 8 weeks until Hawkeye football returns, September 5th. 8 weeks from this coming Saturday. So 9 from yesterday, but 8. the number, and we're going to share, if I can, this awesome highlight.
National Coach of the Year, just 4 years after so many Hawkeye fans were hoping Bob Stoops would return to Iowa. But believe me, Iowa got the right man.
I'm waiting for it to show up.
All right. I'll pause it and see because I said share screen.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
That's why I put it up. It's delayed up there,
Okay.
but I put it up there so I could see what was going
good.
on. Yeah, you should. It should shift us to the side and put that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try it again. Share screen. Select a tab to share.
Screeching halt.
Also share tab audio. Share.
What's it look like on your screen?
Just went to the thing that I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to be able to play this highlight.
Right.
Well, we could hear it. Go ahead and let it play.
Let's keep it playing.
Let's listen to the audio.
It's good stuff.
Is set to kick off a junior college transfer brought in for kickoffs, but since the third game, he does it all. And deep for Iowa, number 8, C.J. Jones, number 29, Jermel Lewis. Jones averages 22 yards a return. Iowa won the toss and is receiving.
And back then, we always took the ball. I lost my fucking mind. I was sweating.
You're in the video.
I was sweating after celebrating that. Like, that's 2 seconds into the game.
That's so good.
I remember it. I was over at my buddy's house. We had a big ass party watching the game. And we all just lost our fucking minds on that play. And like by the time we got done celebrating that moment, like we were worn out already.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like that kind of happened to the team.
Yeah.
Like
CJ Jones though is he's to us that's the best number 8 that
that's my number 1, number 8. I mean the most memorable that I can think of. Also that game, I genuinely feel like they called an offsides on Bob Sanders on USC's first drive.
Yeah.
And it was borderline. Of course, I'm always gonna fucking fuck the refs. But if that was a third down, they're punting otherwise.
Yeah.
And instead, they went on and scored on that drive.
Well, we do have the CJ Jones.
There we go.
That worked.
He would have. I'm convinced if they don't make that call, we win that game.
Oh yeah.
Like I think we would have went and scored again. Our offense was really good that year. Brad Banks was so good. If we could have had one more year with Brad Banks, I mean, we had 1 year with that guy.
Did you see him and Dallas Clark at the Savannah?
I did see that. They lined up.
Savannah Bananas, you know how you won the hearts of Iowans is doing exactly what you did. You did the wave. You brought out some Iowa Hawkeye. You pulled the flag out, the Fight for Iowa flag. You did everything right.
They did.
Come back and do that again because honestly, that was a lot of fun.
And they went out and ran like a football play and threw a touchdown pass to Dallas Clark.
The kid from the Stead Children's Hospital who hit the home run.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So he hits it. It's not a very good hit. And it's like Harlem Globetrotters.
Sure, they're trying to throw him out, and they keep making.
Point, like one of the Bananas players running with him, like just flung the ball away, and then they were acting as like blocking linemen at one point, like, on the way to third, and it was awesome. But honorable mentions are Leroy Smith, number 8, and we'll have his thing right there. Look at that guy, Leroy Smith, defensive end, played from 89 to 91.
Says running back.
Because
on his card, isn't that hilarious?
He started as
That's a great window into the Hawks program.
Yes.
Honestly, the position changes.
He went in and got hurt, I believe 88, and he was a running back. They went to the Peach Bowl. When he came back after that season, he saw that there were so many running backs ahead of him. So he said, you know what? The coaches too were like, hey, we want you on the team. What do we do? Well, let's get you on the defensive side, defensive end. And oh yeah, in 1991 at Ohio State, 5 sacks on his way to
wasn't that the game after the shooting?
Oh yeah, yes. And they wore the black helmets.
Yep.
Yes, I saw that.
First time
too.
we had no Tiger Hawk on our helmet that I remembered.
For the Gonglu shootings, if you are an Iowa City historian or even Hawkeye fan, you might know about that.
I remember that. I was playing in a basketball tournament. I was in 8th grade playing in a basketball tournament, and they had the game on like in a cafeteria if we were like at some high school somewhere. And
I lived in town that
people were crowded around the TV.
My dad worked downtown, and my mom was freaking out because we didn't know what was going on. We just knew there was a shooter. And look, like it or not, the world was way different back then. So somebody shooting up something was a big deal. It was like, what the hell's going on here? But that's
now it's just like he only killed 3 people.
Again, that's
big deal.
Third one today.
What a pussy.
Another one that we want to have on here because he's my probably favorite quarterback from when I was growing up is Chuck Hartlieb, which from Woodstock, Illinois. Here he is. Look at that guy. Look at that smile.
That guy. That guy got so much ass in Iowa City. I mean, look at him, dude. Are you kidding me?
So much ass.
So much.
One-eyed Jakes and the Field House.
Oh, I mean, look at him. 6'3", 205, perfect teeth. Jesus.
Chuck Hartlieb, he actually broke a lot of Chuck Long's records, which is interesting.
We threw the ball a lot when he was there, man.
84 to 88,
I remember.
And on November 7th, 1987, he threw a still Iowa record 7 freaking touchdown passes versus Northwestern.
I believe we had a running back then named Mike Saunders.
Yes.
I think it was.
I think you're right.
I think he was there because I remember him. He was kind of he would just get kind of a few carries, and I don't remember who. I think he was backing up Nick Bell.
Yes,
actually.
Yeah.
And then I remember him coming, and we used to, when I would go with my grandparents, we'd go in during warm-ups. So we'd be sitting there and they'd be running their drills on the sidelines, the running backs. And one time during a drill, Mike Saunders came right up and smiled at me and shit. And so he was like my favorite player for, ever as a kid.
My favorite player when I was a kid, real quick, was a kicker. I can't remember his name now, George something. But my best friend Sean, he was in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, and his big brother was that kicker.
Oh, nice.
So just knowing that those were real people.
Yeah.
That was cool as hell.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then our final couple honorable mentions, we got Tom Knight.
Tommy Knight
from 92 to 96, a defensive back. I picked that picture just so we could remind everybody about
how
those
bad
fucking 90s fucking heroes.
Okay, so when we did those uniforms a couple years ago for the gold game, the gold out game, and they put those black stripes on there, that actually ended up not looking too bad. But
I think if you reverse the colors, not too bad. But it's still just the idea of it.
I remember, if I remember right, those uniforms were made by Apex.
Yes.
I had some cleats that were Apex. They had that. Yeah, you can see the logo. They had that weird mountain-looking logo. And the white tiger hawk over there. Ugh. What was Hayden thinking?
If you do have a chance, go up and look at some 90s college football uniforms. Because
they were trying so hard to make shit look fast. They were trying to look faster.
Look, 90s fashion started and ended with the starter jacket. Knock it off, all right? Tom Knight played for the Hawkeyes 92 to 96. He was a first-round 9th overall pick for the Arizona Cardinals in the 97 draft. He also played for Baltimore And he ended his career in the NFL with three interceptions and 54 games started at Iowa. He had 10 career interceptions and 3 returned for touchdown. And November 23rd, 1996, in a game versus Minnesota, Tom Knight recorded 5 receptions for 62 yards.
At receiver.
The only reason I mention that is because my favorite guy, Tim Dwight, had 134 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns.
In that game?
Yeah.
What made them... I don't remember them putting him on offense. They just...
He had to been because when I clicked on the thing, it went to him. And I don't think we would have had another Tom Knight playing that year.
No. I mean, he was obviously a great... I mean, anybody that goes to the NFL, they're going to be a good enough athlete to do lots of different things.
We talked about it so many times about like how when Tim Dwight was coming up, stick on the guy. He played like 7 sports. I mean, soccer, track. I don't think he did basketball, and then maybe wrestling, and then football. But because he was so good athletically, he could succeed relatively well at all those sports. It was the one that made him passionate that caused him to be.
There's just a difference between you can just go play golf. Like one of a good friend of mine played basketball for Iowa State. He's a former D1 athlete. Yeah. Professional basketball overseas. Like you play golf with him and you can tell the difference. There's just a different level of eye-hand coordination. Like I've always been athletic. I mean, I'm 48, but like I played college baseball a little bit, like just JUCO, but like I was athletic. I played multiple sports. I was coordinated. I could do everything to a certain point. Yeah. You don't realize that there's actually another level of that.
Yeah, there's a way other
like you think there's only so much hand-eye coordination you can have, but no, there's different levels of that.
You see it, and real quick, before we finish up the segment, I do want to show this because it was kind of cool. Cooper Koch wore number 8, and against Clemson, he scored 8 points, so that was kind of cool. But Tim Dwight, here's how good he was. We played him in high school, West High. And we stop him on first down. There's a big pile up at the line on second down because Andre run it. And nothing. Big pile up on third down. We think we're going to win this game. We're like, yeah. And the other team, City High side, starts just going crazy. And we're like, what's going on? And we look, and there's fucking Tim Dwight in the goddamn end zone.
Yeah, you had no idea.
That's how fast he was. But Cooper Koch is our final number 8. Next week, we'll talk about the number 7s. Our favorite 7s.
John Butcher.
He was awesome.
Butcher was the future. And he transferred to Illinois.
Yeah, way to go. The Fighting Illini.
But if you remember, John Butcher was our quarterback, though, when we won a couple of games finally.
I do remember.
We beat Michigan State. I was at that game. I remember it because I was hungover as shit from the night before.
Burmeister went to my high school,
Paul Burmeister.
So whenever I see him doing stuff on the sidelines, because he does a lot of stuff, it's like,
He was a popular player because back in Hayden's day, the backup quarterback was the most popular player on the team with the fans. Everybody always wanted the backup quarterback.
All right.
That fucking guy, the binocular guy, I can't tell you the amount of times I heard him yell, "Put Burmeister in."
I think it was him and Matt Rogers shared the time that year, I think.
Put in Burmeister.
Okay, so we are coming to the end of the show, and we are going to do something that I used to do on KXNO, and I love doing it. So it's not about, because the hosts on KXNO were often like, I don't know this stuff. Why are you asking me? Like, it's not necessarily to make
no.
It's more to learn stuff.
It's more to learn stuff.
It's a fucking crazy stuff.
And then sometimes you'll surprise yourself.
Exactly. And win bar bets, like I said.
100%.
So, Bill, who was the second leading scorer for the Iowa men's basketball team for the 1937-38 season?
Fuck.
You know his name.
Don Nelson.
That's a good guess. Niall Kinnick.
Oh, what a fucking gem you pulled out there.
Trivia with Tyler, baby. All right.
That's a good one. Holy shit.
Really
Niall Kinnick played basketball for Iowa, huh?
After that year, basketball, because he wanted to concentrate on football. That year, actually, 38, he Many speculate that he played with a broken ankle because he was a Christian Science and didn't go to the doctor a lot. His teammates dispute that. They said, yeah, no, he wrapped his ankle and he just didn't want doctors fucking with it because it worked for him.
Yeah.
So whatever you want to think about it, but 39 was the year that Kinnick. Everybody knew who Niall Kinnick was nationwide anyway by 1939.
Yeah.
1939 is when he stood up and shook the people who didn't and said, hey, I'm now fucking Kinnick, baby! I'm pretty sure he never said those words ever in his entire life.
He was a nice, wholesome young man.
He was a great...
I don't think you should disparage his name in such a way to suggest that he would curse at all. Especially around his mother.
If you get a chance.
Niall Kinnick died with a locket around his neck with his mom's picture in it. That's how pure.
Ben McCollum actually reposted on the 4th of July, Niall Kinnick's Heisman Trophy award-winning speech, which is great.
They play it every game. They play it every day, or every pregame at Kinnick. That
you should know it.
They play it
because it's a speech that says everything that we love about Iowa and everything that makes Iowa great. And on that note, because Iowa fucking rules, we're gonna go. Bill, thanks for having a great show. First show.
Thank you, brother.
Next week it'll be a little more.
Hey, we're gonna have growing pains. These things are about consistency. We're gonna figure it out.
Every Sunday at 9, you'll be able to see us.
We're gonna recover together.
We're gonna see us at 9 every Sunday.
That's right.
All right, have a great rest of your holiday weekend. Stay safe and go Hawks, baby.
Go Hawks.
Play intro. No, I want to do.
and just screeching halt.